What's up? What's up? I'm back in the house. Tim Trueheart in your face, in your mouth, and I'm here to represent. Well, what's going down? It's been a couple days since I did my last video log. I'm just doing these logs. I was trying to do one a day, every day for 30 days, but honestly, it's not easy. So, you know what I'm doing is I'm just gonna give it to you how I do and try to get better and better and better. But I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for watching the videos, and I feel great. I feel like I'm getting some momentum, and that makes me feel happy because I just want to develop my YouTube channel and make it cool. I just want people to check it out, like it. That's what I want. What I want. I want to make some good content for people to enjoy and maybe benefit from. So I'm just gonna just be honest here and tell you that the benefits of NoFap are really starting to show themselves now after my 10th day. And this is just my 10th day of the No Nut November. So what I've done before in the past is I've actually gone 40 days without it, and it's pretty interesting the type of benefits that you get from just doing no fap. But I feel like I have a lot more, just another level of mental clarity, motivation, and energy that I didn't have before I was doing no fap. Like, I feel like I have more space inside of my head. Like, we got rid of some stuff. Like, it was your brain was a warehouse. Then we just got rid of a whole bunch of just containers of just info. The info was all porn and just weird stuff like that. So that stuff is kind of like out of my head, and it's still there, but every day I feel like there's less of it, and that's kind of cool because it makes me more confident when I'm talking to people because I don't have this like weird guilty feeling kind of in the back of my head, like they know you watched it, they know you just did it, they know you just fapped. It's not there as much, so it makes it easier to talk to guys because you're just more confident, and then it makes it way easier to talk to women because you're just more relaxed. You don't have this like weird feeling of like, is it gonna just all of a sudden turn into a boom chicka wow wow? Like that's not gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen either way. But like when you watch more porn, at least me, I feel like weird stuff like that's gonna happen, and I don't know. So it just makes like life way easier to deal with. Uh, yeah. So I'm just gonna like kind of talk about. There's a little bit of that, no fap, and then the next thing I wanted to talk about was just I have been really interested in trying to improve, and I've started to realize that the way to improve is to actually go through these, like, you have to practice. Whatever you're trying to do, you have to practice. And it's not just like go to practice, do your layups, work on your jump shot. It's not just practice like a basketball player would practice. It's like everything you do there, that is a practice, everything you do, and then there's a best practices that they have for practicing. So like when I used to work as a teacher, there was this thing called best practices. It's literally a book about how to like be the best teacher you can be. And it was a really good book because it had like rubrics and a real framework for you to like follow along with. You could like literally check boxes like, am I doing this? Yes, you are. So whenever you do anything, there's like a practice, like a best way to go about the process. And what I believe is that you need to get yourself into a flow state or like the zone of proximal development I've heard of. It's the zone they talk about. So it's like where you're like in your mind is in the activity, and so is your body, and you're doing it, and it's not super hard, so you can actually do it competently, but it's challenging enough that you are growing your abilities, and you're like kind of in this effective range of growth, and that makes you better at whatever you're doing. So that's the flow state. I think that's the zone of proximal development. I feel like it's the same place. I don't know. I might be wrong. If I am, please, put it in the comments. Definitely let me know. Uh, but whatever you're doing, you got to get yourself into that zone of proximal development. And once you reach that zone, it's not easy getting there. You got to like put in the effort to get to the zone. But once you get there, it's something that you'll know that you're progressing, and you'll feel good, and you'll feel this feeling of satisfaction when you're done. So it's something that you have to do every time you practice whatever you're practicing. You have to get yourself into the activity as much as is necessary for the process to really kick in. So it's part of the process of getting better. It's getting to the zone and the flow state. And you have to do that every time. And you have to do that with everything you do every time. And you have to understand that. If something's not working, are you in a flow state? Have you done the things necessary to get yourself into the flow state? Because if you can do that, you can essentially it's developing your ability to overcome resistance. See, once you hit the flow state, you're not feeling resistance anymore. And resistance is something you have to overcome all the time. It's always like you got to overcome resistance. But if you can learn how to develop the ability to overcome resistance, you can get to a flow state. Now, the more you get to flow states, the easier getting to flow states is. Once you get to the flow state and you're there, it's not always easy to stay in a flow state, but the longer you can stay in a flow state, the longer your ability to stay in a flow state becomes. So you got to like keep working on it, and then you can like that's like Michael Jordan like figured it out, and then once you figure it out, you can get really awesome. But like you got to figure all this basic stuff out, and that's why athletes are so successful when they do all these other things because they know how to be successful in that, and it's very direct. The way to get into a flow state athletically, it's like warm up. Okay, we're warming up. Okay, now we're gonna practice this drill, and they just keep practicing this drill over and over and over again, and it comes to you. It's kind of harder to do that in certain things that exist out there. They're kind of a little bit less. They're less structured because they aren't quite so direct in a way. It's hard to hit that flow state when you're trying to, you know, teach somebody something, or you're just starting a new job. It's tough. You have to have experience. Yeah, but if you can't do that, man, you're not gonna be able to compete with the rest of us. And there are people out there that are trying to get it. They go after it. So you gotta really recognize the importance of trying to let yourself do it. Put yourself in the position, and you'll get better at it over time. But you gotta remember you kind of got to be as good as somebody out there that is in the military or that is like the best at what they do, because like this is the thing. Let's say it's a free country and everybody's got opportunities and stuff. Right, they do. But some people have high level training in things that you have no idea about. So you can't just go out there and be like, I want to just do it my own way and just try to take it easy. There are people out there that are like trained in business. They're trained, they have high levels of interpersonal skills, they're just attractive. You're competing with everybody. So if you're not willing to get the abilities necessary to go into flow states to improve yourself, you're going to be fucked. So you're going to need to do that. And I mean, some people are wearing suits, they got professional training, got high levels of education, they know how to speak well. If you can't get yourself together, then you're going to be in trouble, because these people are out there and they're all going for the same things. So you got to understand that shit like that is what's up, and that making excuses and being pitiful is not accepted. You have to think about how things work, like how you work. If you're going to travel somewhere, you'd have to plan out what you're going to do so that you make sure you get all your trains, your flights, your transfers, and you get to your hotel when the hotel room's ready to rock and roll. You'd plan that. Well, think about how you would do that, including yourself. Plan, analyze how you operate, and adjust accordingly so you can get to your flow state. And that's really what it's all about today. It's about trying to get to flow states. Okay, cool. I really think I've said a lot today for y'all, and I hope you appreciate it. Please follow me on Twitter at Tim Trueheart. That's TimTrueheart. Check out my website, timtrueheart.com. I'm putting up videos as often as I can. And yeah, check out my comedy. I run a comedy show every Thursday at Summer's Restaurant in Arlington, Virginia. And just working it out. If you need me to do anything for you, you have any questions, then definitely hit me up. And I look forward to talking to you all again. Thank you, and peace.